Professor Birch is kind of interesting, actually. Where Gen 1's Professor Oak was this stern old science patriarch with his grim expression and formal manner, and Professor Elm had the vibes of a younger and more cheerful scatterbrained PhD student. Professor Birch, with his t-shirt, cargo shorts, and sandals, and practical bag slung over his shoulder, has much more the vibe of an enthusiastic field biologist for whom professorship is entirely a secondary thing to his main pastime of mapping the population densities of slime mold and bog leeches. Birch basically has much more the vibes of a fellow traveler than either Oak or Elm do, someone who's having Pokemon adventures just as much as you are just off-screen while you're going on your journey. Where Professor Oak is introduced to the player warning them not to go into the tall grass because wild Pokemon might attack you, Professor Birch is introduced running out of the tall grass because a wild Pokemon has attacked him. Oak is introduced speaking from experience, Birch is introduced having the experience. It makes Birch a distinctly different flavor of Pokemon professor, something much more relatable and much less distant than the previous professors kind of have been. He feels more like a friend or someone's chill older brother than a teacher or a lecturer. This, I think, is why he's designed also to look broad and chubby, both because it again increases the contrast with the flinty, rigid Professor Oak and the willowy, stick-thin Elm, but also because that kind of design is just classic chill-friendly dude design. The price of this is that Birch's design is unexceptional. It invests so much in making him just a regular dude that ultimately his design just isn't interesting or particularly special. It's nice, it's friendly, it's pleasant, but he also kind of looks like he would instantly vanish in literally any crowd of other Pokemon NPCs. And, maybe a character as important to the game as the Pokemon Professor ought to look a little bit more special than that.